Another beautiful summer day, this July the 24th-ish, I think, whatever Thursday is. And there's the valley. And once again, I'm on a empty country road. And I don't think a car's gone by here in about 10 or 15 minutes. So this is my Himo, stand out in the road here. My Himo C26 e-bike. I've got this March of 2023, I think, and it's been pretty good. Had an issue after a few months of having it, and I went back and forth with the people I bought it from. I think I paid about $1,400 for this bike, and anyway, back and forth. They gave me a new controller. They gave me a new display. Couldn't figure out. It ended up being the battery, of course, probably the most simple thing, because the battery was dying and I don't know what. Anyway, I have a new battery. They sent me a new one, and since then it's been working fine. It gets actually pretty good mileage on a charge. I don't take this too terribly far. This trip I'm on today is about 26 kilometers. This one has a 7-speed shifter, has some forks, so it's a lot heavier. Of course, I've had bar extensions put on. Obviously, I changed the seat. They give you that torture seat with every bike that's got to go first thing. This one's not as nice as the one I have on my other one, but this is real leather, I think. It takes a while to break this in. This is, what's it called? Bikeroo. A bikeroo seat. It's pretty comfortable, I gotta say. And of course I put the side, I'm not sure if it came with no, I bought this. The rack in the back, and I put the tray on, and I got the bags, and of course new tires too. These are Schwalbe, I think they're called Schwalbe Hurricane tires. They're really good, a really low rolling resistance considering the size of them. The only problem with these, they're prone to getting flats. I've had, I think, 3 flats with these tires. So this one here now has one of those slime tubes in it. And in the rear, it doesn't have the slime tube, but I put some slime in there. The problem with this area here, I'm taking a chance even now. If you go off the pavement, there's puncture vine all in these weeds. And that's all it takes to penetrate this tire, because the rubber is super thin here. It's paper thin. Not like my other bike where it's thick. That flat guard tire is thick. It's skinny, but it's thick. Well, this is wide, but it's also thin. And the problem with you get a flat with this thing here, you cannot walk it home because the tire literally falls off the rim. The sidewalls are so flexible, so kind of weak. Yeah, Schwalbe Hurricane. But they're good tires. Other than that, they're quiet and they roll really nicely. And I haven't had a flat since I put the slime in it. This has got a 48 volt, I believe, 10.5 amp hour battery. I take it on rides where there's steep hills because it's got quite a bit of pop to the rear. When you put it in high, it'll go up pretty much any hill effortlessly. It's a lot heavier than that other bike I've got, that NCM C5. And it's not as agile and it's not as fast. But it's good for hills or bumpy roads like this. This is another, yeah, it's a great country road, but these stupid expansion, I don't know what these are. But these things are cause a real, where's my foot? A real bump. And so this a little bit cushions the blow a little bit. But this is a pretty good bike too. I couldn't pick between the two. It's like having 2 kids, which is your favorite. I would probably go with that NCM C5 over this one here. The nice thing about the gears, this is a 7-gear bike. I basically run almost always in either a 5th or 6th speed. You don't really need gears, but the nice thing is, if you lose power for any reason, you can ride this bike without power easily. You just go down a first, second, or third gear, and it'll even go up a hill pretty good. So that's the good part of the gears. And of course, you can get into 7th and go as fast as, probably faster than the C5, because it does have that top top end gearing. Yeah, it came with a headlight. I put this thing on here in the back. But it's been, I don't ride this near as much as the other bike I have, the NCMC5. It's just because it's a heavy bike. It's not as agile. You do get more exercise. This is a cadence drive. I think the other one is a torque. Anyway, they're two different. I'll put an explanation maybe there. I don't understand it all really. But this will only give you power up to a certain speed when you're in low. I think it's about 14 kilometers. And then in the medium setting, it will go up to, I think, 20 kilometers. And then in the high setting, you'll have a minimum of 25 kilometers per hour. And that's the way it works. It works in steps as opposed to a constant flow of power, which is all right. I mean, it's like I say, if I put it in this high power going up a hill, it's got a really strong motor, and it will really, even though it's a heavy bike, and I'm not a light person, I'm about 220, it'll power you up any hill a lot easier than the C5, that NCMC5 will. So maybe it's because it's got a 48 volt battery as opposed to the 36 volt of the other one. I'm not sure the technicalities about it. The only thing about this bike I don't like, it's got a rattling in the fork. I've tried to figure out what's rattling in there and I can't. And the sprocket it's not as quiet. It makes a funny noise that I also can't figure out. It's not really bad, and it's only on really rough pavement where the rattling comes in. And this is a constant thing, this sprocket noise that it has. But anyway, other than that, it's been good, and other than the battery fiasco I had. But this battery seems to be running fine. I've had it about a year now with the new battery, and I've never had an issue. I never get more below 2 bars. Right now I've gone, 14 kilometers, and I'm still at full charge according to this, 5 bars. So I'll do this trip of about, I'm halfway, so that'll be 28 kilometers, and I'll have used 2 bars. That's how that works. So yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to continue on my ride. These e-bikes are great. I have 2 manual bikes that are hanging up in my ceiling in my garage. There's no way I would go back to a manual bike, because I can get exercise if I want. I just got to turn the power down and pedal harder. It's totally up to you. And you don't have to be afraid of headwinds. You don't have to be afraid of hills anymore. These e-bikes are great. And yeah, it's just, I would never bike as much as I do with those manual bikes I had. So get yourself an e-bike. It's the latest, greatest, and it doesn't really matter what kind you get, I don't think. But having a ball. That siren's in the distance. It's all that about. Oh, I can see him coming down the highway there.